afternoon. My name is Jackie Dzelski. I'm the president and CEO here at the Manatee Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to the Chamber's monthly Headliners Luncheon. As many of you can probably tell, we had a sellout event for this topic for our final Headliners of the year, and we are thrilled that you are here, and we are thrilled that our great partnership with the county has attracted such great attendance from the business community today. I'm also so proud of you for stopping your all-important networking so quickly to let us get underway. As you all likely saw when you reserved for this event, we have a lineup of speakers sharing information with us today, so my instructions have been, Jackie, please just keep everybody on time. So thank you so much for your participation and support in that. We would like to start our luncheon today with the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you will please stand, silence your cell phones, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Please take your seats. As our next order of business, I would like to introduce you to our chairman of the board, Jeff Podobnik, sitting here at table 1. Jeff's final Headliners lunch during his tenure as chairman of the board. Jeff, thank you so much. We have much more recognition and celebration coming up at our annual dinner after the first of the year. But can you please show your support for all of the leadership time that Jeff has given to our Chamber of Commerce? It's been a fantastic year, and I know you're going to hear lots of great news from the county today, and I will let you know that we too, as an organization, have shared so many accomplishments and successes with your support this year, and we'll be giving you a great update and a look back at that at the Chamber's annual dinner coming up in February, as well as a look ahead, like you'll be hearing today from the county as well, a look ahead for what the Chamber has on tap in the year to come with your support. I would now like to introduce the elected officials who have joined us today at our Headliners lunch. Probably no surprise, our county commission, who also serves as the Port Authority chair or board, is here in force. I'd like to recognize Chairman Kevin Van Ostenbridge. Chairman-elect Mike Ron, congratulations after yesterday's county commission meeting. Commissioner James Satcher. Commissioner Jason Bearden, Commissioner George Cruz, and Commissioner Ray Turner. Thank you so much for being here today. Also, from Congressman Vern Buchanan's office, we have great representation today, starting with Deputy District Director Chloe Conboy, Constituent Services Representative Susanna Morrison, and District Director Tara Polton. Thank you so much for joining us today. There are a number of chamber member organizations that financially support this program through sponsorship of our annual Headliners series, and they are Florida Power and Light, Manatee Memorial Hospital, the Mosaic Company, and the Realtors Association of Sarasota and Manatee. Thank you so much for your sponsorship to make this type of programming possible for our membership, and I'll take a round of applause for that support now. And one more set of recognitions are platinum investors, members who are able to financially support the Chamber at a leadership level of support well beyond their annual membership dues. You'll see their logos up on screen, but I will also take the time to mention them here at the mic. Brown & Sons Funeral Homes and Crematory, Carr, Riggs & Ingram, the City of Bradenton, our newest platinum investor as of December 1st, Freedom Village of Bradenton, IMG Academy, Manatee County Government, Manatee Memorial Hospital, MCR Health and All Care Options, NDC Commercial Real Estate, NDC Construction Company, the Pittsburgh Pirates and Bradenton Marauders, Raymond James Wealth Management, Bruce Body, the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, Seaport Manatee, and South State Bank. Thank you all so much for your support. You know, no disrespect to County Administrator Bishop, but I feel like we have a mic drop moment because you all found at your seats when you sat down the official Manatee County calendar. And I can't tell you the amount of foot traffic that will be generated for both chamber offices in downtown Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch when we receive our official allotment of Manatee County calendars. So you have them hot off the presses, one of the first groups to receive the Manatee County calendar. So Casey at the county, thank you so much for bringing those calendars. I feel like, you know, we're very special for that item. I know some of you will be placing those under Christmas trees here in the coming days as a coveted gift. So as I mentioned, this is our final headliner series of the year, and it's a topic that drew a full house, no surprise, the state of our county. When I first spoke with County Administrator Charlie Bishop and invited him to be a speaker here to help us wrap up the year, it was no surprise that he immediately asked if the presentation could be made by him and his leadership team at the county. He wanted to be sure that in addressing the challenges and the opportunities that our county faces, he could engage his team, and of course, we said yes. It has been so beneficial, particularly to the advocacy work of our chamber, that the county has been engaged with the business community through opportunities provided by the chamber for many decades. Key county personnel serve on committees. County staffers are actively involved both as members and in a leadership capacity with our Manatee Young Professionals program. Charlie and Commissioner Van Ostenbridge currently serve in ex officio roles on the Chamber's Board of Directors. And the county invests, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, at a leadership level in supporting the Chamber's mission as a platinum level investor. Thank you so much for that continued support. We've enjoyed a long-lasting partnership and relationship that I believe benefits the community as a whole and the business community in particular. Often it seems that national and state headlines and issues often dominate the media headlines and maybe even your dining room table conversation. But I would argue that day in and day out, it's the success of the local economy, our local quality of life, and our local social structures that affect us the most. Are our neighborhoods thriving? Are our businesses growing? Do we have adequate, or better yet, awesome roads and infrastructure, water quality, schools, libraries, the list goes on. We want opportunities to make a difference where we all live, work, play, and own businesses. Today, after we enjoy lunch, we'll hear from Charlie and his leadership team about how the vision and priorities set by the Board of County Commissioners are being carried out. Hopefully, you'll learn about how you, as local business leaders, can be involved and influence where our county is headed as well. So, we're going to take about a 15-minute break for the awesome staff here at Pier 22 to serve our lunch, and then I will be back up for a brief introduction of our speakers, and we'll let that team take it from there. So please enjoy your lunch. Please continue to enjoy your lunch, but in the interest of time, we are going to go ahead and get started. As Charlie and the team run through their presentation today, I want to let you know that, as is the case with all of our Headliners events, we have reserved time at the end of the presentation for Q&A with our chamber membership. Thanks to our great friends at Manatee Educational Television, we do have a mic here in the center of the room. When it's time to transition into Q&A, I will come back up to the podium and help facilitate that, but we will be asking anyone who would like to pose a question to use the microphone that's here in the center of the room. So just a little housekeeping on that item. So I am going to introduce your county administrator, Charlie Bishop, and I understand during his presentation he will be sharing some bio information for all of his deputy county administrators. So I I've been able to cross that out of my script. So, Charlie is a third-generation military veteran, having joined the Air Force at 18 years old and served our country for 20 years and earned a master's degree during his service as well. He joined Manatee County government in 2001, and many of you know that he has held several leadership roles prior to being named county administrator. And I've been asked to keep it at that. So with that, please welcome your county administrator, Charlie Bishop.
Hello, I'm County Administrator Charlie Bishop. And thank you, Jackie and the Chamber, for the invitation to provide insight into the current state of Manatee County. It's strong. I want to also thank the Board of County Commissioners for their vision and commitment to Manatee County. Our platinum level investment in the Chamber's Chairman's Circle is crucial to supporting the Chamber's mission and fostering the success of our vibrant local businesses. And I can't tell you how beneficial it is to have your engagement in our vision and priorities as we continue to make Manatee County the premier place to live, work, and play. We have a phrase that we use a lot in Manatee County. You can see it in everything from our hiring initiatives and throughout our facilities. That phrase, do work that matters. But that's only half the story. From the work we do to foster responsible growth for infrastructure and utilities development, to economic initiatives, workforce development, and regulation and compliance. The 2,000 plus employees at Manatee County do work that matters, so you can do business that matters. Nowhere else is that more evident than our $2.9 billion budget for our Big Six. Our commissioners are committed to these major road improvements, not just to reduce traffic congestion and improve safety, but to increase visibility and accessibility, improve supply chains, and attract more investors and more businesses. Simply put, businesses want to do business in areas with improved and streamlined infrastructure. Business connections are important here in Manatee County, but it's also about compassionate connections. This board has demonstrated an exceptional level of compassion and commitment to addressing our community needs. As a result, homeless initiatives have been made a priority. Under One Roof is a first-of-a-kind, short-term family shelter off of 57th Avenue and 9th in Bradenton that will support families experiencing homelessness by expanding local transitional shelter capacity and leveraging nonprofit expertise to oversee operations under one roof. Commissioner Ballard has been spearheading this project, and we've been getting some great press.
A Manatee County Commissioner is actually leading the efforts to transform the Sheriff's District 2 office into transitional housing.
And we know this community needs it for sure. Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy got a tour of the space today and reports on just how much county leaders say that complex is needed.
The Manatee County Sheriff's District 2 office
This used to be, again, a sheriff's intake.
will soon have new residents. County Commissioner Amanda Ballard, a former child welfare attorney, says she noticed a need for a transitional housing complex for families in Manatee. Ballard says the school district estimates about 1,000 students are homeless.
This is an absolutely huge need in Manatee County. With the price of housing being what it is right now, we have regular families who are working full-time who are in danger of losing housing, and they just need a little bit of a hand up.
Kaylee Tracy, Fox 13 News.
Thank you. In addition, through the leadership of the Board of County Commissioners, creative financing is being used for this project also. Fresh Start Manatee and Under One Roof. These programs are solely funded through generational impact funds. Fresh Start Manatee is set to replicate the success of Pinellas Hope, spanning over 8 acres at our detention facility. This facility will offer a safe living environment and essential support to homeless individuals, empowering them to achieve self-sufficiency. Additionally, it provides wraparound services, ensuring assistance in one location. Currently, we're moving to 30% plans on this project. As you'll see by the following presentation, the state of our great county is strong. Our strength lies in the stable and forward-thinking Board of Commissioners, complemented by a senior leadership team deeply dedicated to driving progress and fostering responsible growth. And we've got a deep bench. Our directors and management team are composed of individuals who exude calmness, expertise, dedication, ensuring a steady course toward a shared objective of responsiveness, investment, growth, and prosperity. Comprising of individuals with extensive backgrounds in the public sector, invaluable service in the military, federal to local government responsibilities, I have the privilege of introducing the most dynamic team I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Rooted in prestigious institutions like Vanderbilt and Harvard, their capabilities extend beyond their past work managing billion-dollar budgets and engineering wastewater operations in one of the largest cities in the United States. The senior leadership team of Manatee County represents resilience, foresight, and decades of experience driving substantial change within our communities. I would like to thank the board for recognizing the same talent and potential that I noticed when assembling this great group of individuals. Originally hired as the Director of Development Services, Deputy County Administrator Courtney DePaul has been an integral part of our leadership team. A graduate of Vanderbilt University with postgraduate coursework through Penn State, she holds a professional engineering credentials in both Florida and Texas and has been responsible for implementing many initiatives over her 2 years within Manatee County government. Courtney?
Good afternoon, Charlie. Thank you so much for the somewhat inflated introduction. I'm going to provide a quick overview of the departments I oversee, as well as provide some insight into how my department's priorities align with our commissioner's vision for growth. First, in development services, our comprehensive plan is undergoing a significant rewrite, which will help shape the future of the county, aligning with our growth and our long-term goals. We are actively encouraging participation from our community partners and business owners like yourselves, and the completion target date is on schedule. The board acknowledges our great teamwork with the Economic Development Council. Thanks to their help, we're bringing in important companies to boost Manatee County's economy and add variety. Thanks to the Chamber of Commerce as well. Here are some of the industries we brought in over the past 5 years. The board continues to encourage the creation of jobs and good economic growth as reflected in our planning and our land development policies. One of the board's top priorities and our most striking achievements, which has had a very positive impact on economic development, is affordable housing. From 47 units in 2021 to a remarkable 919 units approved this past year, our commitment to addressing housing needs is evident. Legislative changes such as House Bill 1339, and the Live Local Act have played a pivotal role in achieving this milestone. In addition, the commissioners have adopted local policies like accessory dwelling units, half-dwelling units, reduced parking ratios, and more to help incentivize workforce housing development. Ultimately, this is helping make Manatee County more affordable so you can retain and recruit talent to further your business. Now here's our heat map showing development planning applications, and it reveals a 33% drop between FY22 and 23. While this might catch your attention, it's influenced by higher interest rates. But it's more important to note that this decline indicates a more thoughtful and strategic approach to development in our county. The slowdown in planning applications has given our staff the chance to carefully assess and improve development, prioritizing projects that significantly benefit our community's well-being and economic growth. It's not just about the numbers, it's about building a strong future for Manatee County and using this time to better protect our community from potential economic uncertainty. Now, you might think that the slowdown that we talked about applies to our building division as well, but that's actually not the case. The building division's numbers usually trail behind planning application trends by months or even sometimes years. And so far, we haven't noticed any slowdown or a change in permits. And on a positive note, there's actually a rise in new single-family homes in northeast and eastern Manatee County. This new housing development is expected to bring more commercial development, which typically tends to follow residential. And interestingly enough, when we check the trends for this fiscal year's first quarter and compare it to last year at the same time, we're actually seeing a 3% increase in new building permit applications and total inspections performed. There are even much larger increases in the numbers of certificates of occupancy, as you can see. So all in all, things are looking pretty good in our area, particularly in commercial development. Okay, so now shifting our focus to another department I oversee, talking about public safety, where the board's dedicated to keeping Manatee County residents safe. As our county grows, so does our commitment to public safety. Facing Hurricanes Ian and Idalia, our emergency management team showed resilience and smart planning. We're working closely with partners such as the school board and island communities to better plan for future events. Our emergency medical services team handled almost 60,000 calls in FY23 with a speedy average response time of 8.14 minutes. Their cardiac resuscitation rate is an impressive 36%, which beats state and national averages, 24 and 22%. Here's a question for you. Can you guess how many EMS calls we get every day through 911? Our 911 operators answered over 530,000 calls last year, which equates to just under 1,500 911 calls per day. So if you have that scanner app on your phone, it probably constantly buzzes. Mine does, so if you hear my phone in the back. Our communities are growing, and we're ready to meet their needs. As we grow, it's crucial to keep our response times in check. That's why having the right infrastructure and resources is so critical. The board approved over $16 million in their 5-year capital improvement plan, plus committed adding additional resources such as ambulances at existing stations like GT Bray, Moccasin Wallow, and East Manatee. We're also using technology to improve, as you may have heard in some meetings. We're teaming up with Public Works to try out an AI-powered traffic light system. This system adjusts traffic signals when an ambulance is on its way, making response times even quicker. It not only helps with congestion, but also will boost overall road safety for everyone. Pretty cool, right? We're also working on reducing demand by improving preventative health programs like community paramedicine. This program helps frequent users of emergency services and patients with conditions like diabetes, respiratory issues, substance use disorder, as well as those prone to frequent falls. To finish the program, patients need to meet health goals set by paramedics, have a primary care provider, and not use emergency services or end up in the hospital unplanned for 30 days. If needed, the program also can give medical supplies like walkers and wheelchairs. In 2022, we assisted 1,129 patients, with 1,000 of those individuals being new referrals. Almost 95% of them referred did not need emergency services again within a year. 95%. Thanks to this program, we also saw a 62% drop last year in EMS transports and emergency department visits, saving residents and insurers like yourselves over $7.5 million. Finally, in human resources, we know our staff is critical for our success. Our partnerships with CareerSource, Manatee Technical College, and other local schools show our dedication to growing talent and building a strong workforce. By backing education and professional growth, we want to have a skilled and a motivated team that adds to the success of our business community. My 3 departments, Development Services, Public Safety, and Human Resources, are vital for Manatee County's ongoing growth and success. Through smart planning, partnerships, and investments, we're making a community that's strong and thriving. I now invite Evan Pilichowski to provide insight into his 3 departments, Public Works, Utilities, and Financial Management. Evan joined our team just over a year ago as the Utilities Director and was recently promoted to Deputy County Administrator. He has nearly 2 decades of experience in utilities and engineering and is a professional licensed engineer in both New York and Florida. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to the continued collaboration between Manatee County and the Chamber of Commerce. And happy birthday to Debbie. Where is she? With MYP. Yay!
Thank you for that introduction, Courtney, and excuse me, and thank you to the Chamber for the opportunity to speak today. I'm just thrilled to be able to talk about my 3 departments and what some of the exciting ways that we are implementing the vision of the board to create an even greater community here in the county. Nowhere, and I know that's very small writing, should have known the room better beforehand, but nowhere is the board's success and vision and more clearly measured than in the county's bond ratings, plus the tireless efforts of a very dedicated and talented staff. Manatee County's AAA rating reflects the county's historically solid operating performance, sound reserve levels, and low long-term liability burden. Not only does this yield favorable interest rates, even in today's higher interest rate environment, it has also allowed us to secure excess cash over bond face value. Now, the most recent example of that is the 2023 utility bonds. Those had a debt principal of just less than $192 million, but a face value of $203 million. Now, if there's CPAs in the room, I apologize for this oversimplification, Sheila. But this effectively is $11 million of free money for the county. So we are also looking at general obligation bonds for 2023 as well, and we're expecting similar results with additional free money for the county there. So securing favorable bond terms creates a positive feedback loop where the reserves help to support high bond ratings, and then the high bond ratings help us maintain a healthy reserve. This favorable financial position gives the board the ability to accommodate growth and implement a number of exciting and innovative programs here in the county to put us on a path of continuous improvement. One of those exciting initiatives is Light Up Manatee, which is just one way the board is making the lives of our residents and visitors better. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that in driving around Manatee County, there's a lot of streets that don't have lights currently. Light Up Manatee aims to provide adequate street lighting to these underlit neighborhoods throughout districts 2, 3, and 4. The commissioners aim to light up a significant portion of the county-owned streets to improve safety, reduce crime, and build community in partnership with FPL, PRECO, and the Sheriff's Office. The first segment of lights is being installed now. So approximately 60 lights are being installed in the Memphis neighborhood between Lincoln Pool and Washington Park. Though that's just the tip of the iceberg. In total, we are looking to install about 9,000 lights throughout those 3 districts, and only a small portion of them are shown on this website that's shown up on the slide here. You can expect this map to fill in substantially as the program advances. This map will be regularly updated and is the best way for you to monitor the progress of this program. We encourage you to sign up for these updates so that you can see where the next segments of lights are going to be installed here in the county. Another way the commissioners are making improvements to benefit county residents and visitors and to address planned growth is through a series of intersection improvements shown on this map. These are improvements that we're expecting over the next couple of years, and I know this is a very busy slide, but that's because we are busy making improvements throughout the county. To improve the flow of traffic and improve traffic safety, a number of signal improvements and roundabouts are being installed, and they're in various stages of design and construction. This will help us all get to where we live, work, and play safely. In total, we are investing over $33 million in these intersection projects shown here. The board has also spearheaded the brand new innovative Gulf Islands Ferry program. Ferry service is expected to start as soon as we can sort out some last-minute permitting issues with the Coast Guard, but it will be starting at the City of Bradenton Day Dock, just east of the Green Bridge, and run to Anna Maria and Bridge Street. Service is going to run from Friday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is just one more way we provide easy and economical transportation to bring more people to the numerous amenities here in the county. While the previous slide showed some of the ways that we are planning for growth in our transportation systems, the board is also supporting a series of projects to grow and improve the reliability of our water and wastewater infrastructure to meet future needs. The recently completed ultrafiltration project shown here at the water treatment plant improves the reliability and the quality of our drinking water. These membranes provide a barrier to ensure that we meet current and future regulations and provide our families and businesses with continual safe drinking water. This project was completed late this year and makes the facility the largest ultrafiltration retrofit project in the United States. In total, we've invested about $52 million in this project. The commissioners have also approved expansions to treatment capacity for both drinking water and wastewater to ensure capacity is online when we need it to accommodate planned growth. Shown here is part of the county's regular projections to guide us to when we need to bring new water sources online. In response to projected growth, our next big capital project in water is the Buffalo Creek Reverse Osmosis Facility, which has already started design and will be online around 2030. In addition, all three of our wastewater reclamation facilities are planned to be expanded and improved in the coming years, with hundreds of millions of dollars committed by the board for these projects already. These dollars will both increase capacity of our plants as well as improve the water quality coming out of those plants. While sometimes forgotten in the conversation about the county's infrastructure, I do want to point out the importance of our solid waste infrastructure as well. In implementing the board's vision, we are extending the life of Lena Road landfill. And this will defer the need for the construction of a new landfill and transfer station by about 20 years. As you can see from this conceptual sketch, we're going to be using the footprint and the airspace above that within the current permitted height to basically have more solid waste disposed of in the same facility at a fraction of the cost as we would in a brand new facility. This is going to save ratepayers tens of millions of dollars over the next 20 years as we extend the life of this facility. So there will come a time when we do need to build a new landfill. These 20 years will also help us to plan and budget for those improvements over a much longer period of time to help avoid any abrupt increases or changes to our solid waste rates that would otherwise be required. With that, I want to thank you for your attention, and now I'm going to turn it to my colleague, Brian Parnell. Brian is a registered professional engineer with an architectural engineering degree from Penn State and a master's from the University of Maryland. He started doing work that matters here in the county back in October after serving as a Civil Engineer Corps officer in the Navy for over 20 years.
Thank you for the introduction, Evan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled to be one of your deputy county administrators overseeing property management, sports and leisure, natural resources, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Our commissioners have a robust vision to enhance all aspects of our community. In property management, we're moving out on many exciting new initiatives that will do just that. On 13 November, we unveiled our new Manatee County welcome sign in District 4, which can be seen heading north on US 41 from the airport just north of the University Parkway. This is just the beginning of an effort to improve aesthetics and make the travel into the county more inviting. We're currently scoping out several other locations to place these welcome signs to set a new standard at the gateways to Manatee County. Our median beautification program is another initiative set by our county commissioners to renew the old and unkept medians within the Southwest TIF. To date, we have transformed 65 medians, with many more to follow. Elwood Park Community Garden is currently under construction, expected to complete later this month with a ribbon cutting planned for 13 January. It will include ADA-compliant walks, perimeter fencing, irrigation, benches, tables, shade cover, play apparatus, planter boxes, signage, compost bins, and parking. And we're well underway with about a $16.8 million renovation and replacement of the facilities at John Marble Park. We're looking to see the gym, pavilion, parking lot, and splash pad complete by November of 2024. Also, we broke ground at the Parish Community Park Phase 1 project on 10 November, estimate completion in December of 2024. This is a $15.4 million project, which includes a performance pavilion with a large event stage structure, picnic shelters, veterans flagpole plaza, walking trails with a wetland border and observation platform, restroom facilities, splash pad, and multiple playground facilities.
Count. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Here you see we recently completed construction of a new full-size soccer field and a small field at Buffalo Creek Park. And we have an even larger athletic field expansion on the north side of the park in planning now, with construction estimated around $12 million. The highly anticipated Premier Racket and Aquatic Complex, budgeted around $38 million, is currently moving towards 60% design completion. This facility will boast a 50-meter competition pool, a therapy pool, 24 pickleball courts with 14 of those covered, locker rooms, multi-purpose rooms, and an administration building. In the same vicinity, the Premier Sports Campus has been owned by Manatee County since 2017. This venue generates approximately $50 million annually to the local economy. And we're adding additional supporting facilities to the campus in the new year. The Bradenton Area Convention Center expansion and renovation is paid for 100% by the tourism tax proceeds. Alongside the new Marriott Palmetto Resort, which is also under construction, this facility is expected to generate $25 to $30 million annually to the local economy. The commitment by the Board of County Commissioners and the Tourist Development Council has enabled us to enhance our influx of visitors on a year-round basis. In 2023, Manatee County may surpass a state-sanctioned threshold for tourist tax collections, and at that point will be considered a high-impact tourism area, as designated by the Florida Department of Revenue. If that happens, the county would have the option to increase its tourism development tax levy from 5% of the cost of a short-term stay to 6%, the maximum allowed under state law. If this goal is reached, a tourist development plan would be established in conjunction with the county and the TDC. Collecting additional tourist development revenue could allow Manatee County to put aside more funding for beach maintenance and renourishment, as well as major capital projects, or promote events and sports tourism in the county. The sixth penny could bring approximately $7 to $8 million annually to the county. In natural resources, we currently have 19 sites under conservation management across the county. Can anyone guess how many people visit our award-winning preserves each year? Well over 500,000 per year. We have bonded financing for almost $37 million more in preservation land acquisition, with 8 properties currently under consideration. And I'm happy to announce that as of yesterday, we're now under contract for one of those properties, the 68-acre Crooked River Ranch. So congratulations. Thank you to the hard work for all those that put that together. Our commissioners have never been more resolute in ensuring we have a fully funded sheriff's department. It starts with appropriate facilities in the right locations to support their operations. We will be breaking ground on the new MCSO fleet facility in January and estimate completion in 2025. We are beginning renovation of a facility this month in support of aviation and forensics lab. Also, a new Lakewood Ranch substation is planned for construction to start in May 2024 and complete in March 2025. And a newly renovated Omega building is scheduled to complete in January 2024 for the sheriff's office. Now I'd like to hand it off to my colleague, Andy Butterfield, our Chief of Staff. Andy's a U.S. Navy veteran also, with experience running both the Combat Helicopter Squadron and Joint Base. He holds degrees from the Naval Academy and the Kennedy School of Government. Over to you, Andy.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you to the members of the Chamber for this great opportunity to be here today and to share a little about what we do. I'm privileged to be a part of this great team that our county administrator and most importantly, the Board of County Commissioners have assembled. The business and government communities working hand in hand, I don't have to tell this crowd, but I will anyway, help make Manatee County the place people want to live, work, establish their business, and play. Some of what we do is more public-facing in my departments, and information technology, IT, might seem to be an internal concern. But can you guess how many external attacks Manatee County government gets each day? The numbers might surprise you. We want you assured that when you interact with your county government, your data and information is as secure as possible. Each year, we spend significant resources ensuring our cybersecurity posture is top-notch. We're also aware today that both in commerce and in government, your virtual but critical front door is your website. So we're developing a new, more robust county website for public information and interaction, developed by a local firm, Lepero, incidentally. Our new website aims to be mobile-friendly, ADA accessible, and multilingual to better serve all populations, and we hope to have it launched by the end of this summer. To increase efficiency, we also seek to move as many phone calls as possible to the County 311 app, so an improved version of that is also in the works. If you wonder why the app is so important, can you guess how many 311 calls plus walk-ins we receive in an average month? As you can see, it's a lot. Our goal is to answer each query fully, so every citizen who can get the info they need from either our website or from the 311 app is one less call answered by a county employee, freeing up that manpower to do other work that matters. We know we are mission partners with the municipalities of this great county, and part of my portfolio is to establish a continuing dialogue with the leadership of each city to work on issues together. So any city leaders who are here, if we haven't gotten together yet, or you haven't seen me lately, please put me on your calendar. We're also striving to engage, communicate, and work together with all countywide partners and stakeholders, such as the school district and their leadership team shown here, along with some future Manatee County taxpayers and business owners. We strive to be as transparent as possible on what is going on in county government and pride ourselves on being open and responsive to our local media. And we certainly count on them as partners to help us get the word out to everyone during hurricanes and other emergencies. We appreciate federal and state funding to help us accomplish some of the real heavy lift projects we do. And there's an art to obtaining that kind of funding, so we have engaged and communicate regularly with our lobbying firms in both Tallahassee and Washington. These relationships are essential. For example, major projects like the Fort Hamer Road and bridge projects will potentially double capacity, providing a much-needed reliever road and connecting corridor with neighboring counties. Total construction costs could approach up to $200 million for an important project like this, though, so state and federal funds can be critical. Once complete, that project should reduce travel time and maximize family time for Manatee County families. We hold many special events each year, and we want as many people as possible to take advantage of them. There's one coming soon that a lot of us are pretty excited about. In January, just about a month from now, thanks to the vision of your Board of County Commissioners, we're adding our 7th full-service library. And I've toured it, and it's a beauty. Everyone should plan on starting the new year by attending the grand opening of the Lakewood Ranch branch, January 12th. Speaking of libraries, our libraries are just one of many assets that fall under one of our true flagship departments that we now call Community and Veterans Services, through which your county government provides a multitude of services for children, veterans, seniors, neighborhood associations, those less fortunate and in need, and more. Speaking of veterans, last question, does anyone know how many U.S. veterans reside in Manatee County? You do? Okay, some of these inside info. U.S. veterans comprise roughly 10% of our population in this county, far above the national average. Some have specific needs, and our goal is to always meet them. Each day, our Community and Veteran Services professionals help some of the 40,000 veterans in Manatee County to receive the benefits that they've worked hard to earn. Plus, we have several initiatives in the works to make our service to veterans even better, including job matching and something we're very excited about, the Tunnel to Towers project, recently approved through the foresight of our county commissioners. Through this initiative, we anticipate housing and providing services to Manatee County veterans in need. We want every Manatee County veteran to know how to take advantage of this and our other services and to make connections with other veterans, so we continue to seek multiple avenues of communication to advertise the services we provide. One, if you haven't seen it yet, that beautiful new animal adoption. It's not a new van, but we wrapped it. Taking good care of your tax dollars. So the other one is should be at your table. Might have been on your seat when you came in. It's a 2024 courtesy calendar featuring exclusively local artists, and that we hope you'll take with you. And please, if you go to the back cover, there's a QR code on the back that leads to a quick survey. We would love to have your input. Thank you for your attention. I'd now like to turn it back over to Mr. Charlie Bishop, who will be showing you a few more ways we try to stay in touch with you and the rest of the public. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, team. I'm incredibly proud of you and everything that we're doing with the 2,000 county employees. We are doing work that matters. As you just heard, the county's strong. I'm very proud of our county. On the screen right now is a news flash. It's our monthly newsletter that keeps our commissioners, our employees, and hopefully now our public aware of great things we're doing in Manatee County. And if it looks familiar, there's a good reason. Much of the subject matter you saw today is included in this monthly publication. Expect to see ribbon cuttings, groundbreaking, exciting initiatives, employee morale building, project progress, and more. Think of it as the most up-to-date look at the state of Manatee County. Oh yeah, and let's don't forget about the metrics at the end of it. The Manatee by the Numbers section at the end of every newsletter stands out as an invaluable feature. These insightful metrics offer feedback that can be readily interpreted and applied to shape future communications, organizational goals, and priorities. Want to look at the most recent current state of the county? We invite you to take a screenshot of this QR code, or at your table, there's a QR code on the cards found at your tables, and join the mailing list of our monthly newsletter. In closing, thank you for allowing us to share the exciting work that Manatee County government is doing throughout the community. Our ongoing collaboration with the Chamber has made a huge difference on many issues, and we look forward to continued encouragement of our employees to participate in great Chamber programs like Manatee Young Professionals and Leadership Manatee. Another thank you to the board for supporting us and doing work that matters. And Jackie, for giving us the platform to tell you all the great ways we're making Manatee County the premier place to live, work, and play. This script looked easy. It could not have been done by me or my colleagues. It was produced by Lacey Pritchard and Casey Zimpel over there in the back. I really am so proud of their creativity. Thank you so much for this. And with that, all five of us will take your questions.
As I mentioned, if you could please step up to the microphone here, that allows the recording of today's luncheon to be complete with Q&A. But as Mike Burton comes to the microphone, I will share with you a quote in speaking with Charlie and his team in preparation for today's luncheon, and again, reiterating Charlie's insistence that he include his leadership team in addressing the Chamber's membership so that you all get to know them even better, particularly given that several of them are new to the team. One of my favorite Brene Brown quotes came to mind, which is, "I define a leader as anyone who takes responsibility for finding the potential in people and processes, and who has the courage to develop that potential." So kudos to you, Charlie, and to your team for encouraging excellence and recognition of the more than 2,000 employees who serve all of us as residents of Manatee County. So with that, Mike Burton, you have the floor for the first question.
Thank you. Mike Burton with Black & Veatch, longtime Manatee County resident, and I've never been more proud to be a resident of Manatee County. Thank you so much for the numbers and the information. I thought I was keeping up with things. I thought this information was incredibly valuable, and the programs that the staff talked about, the leadership talked about today, are really impressive. And again, Manatee County is just a wonderful place, and I'm really, really proud to live here. I also have served on the Manatee County's Environmental Lands Committee for over 25 years. I think it might be something like 25 years. I'm the longest standing member. And I wanted to congratulate the county on the decision that was made at the meeting yesterday. Thank you very much for Crooked River Ranch. I'm really excited about that program moving forward. All these great needs that Manatee County has are being met in so many ways. But there's one thing that wasn't talked about in any detail today that I was hoping that maybe we could shed some light on today. And that's how are we handling the county's needs in terms of water quality and stormwater. We've got a lot of areas that were built prior to a lot of the standards of today's standards and expectations on how we treat and manage stormwater. And water quality issues are really something that are going to plague us for a long time if we don't fix a lot of this. We've got to go back and do some improvements. How are we going to find the funding to get that done? And what are the county's priorities in terms of addressing water quality and stormwater issues going forward?
Yeah, I'll take the first part of that, sir. Thank you for the compliments. If you noticed yesterday in our Board of County Commissioners meeting held yesterday, one of the very first topics was water quality put on by one of our estuary programs. We're making a difference. We are. Water quality is important to Manatee County and the residents. The board's made it a commitment. The funding is difficult because we don't have a dedicated stormwater fund. So I'll turn it over to Evan. As he alluded to earlier, we are making a difference with that free money, with the investments. But go ahead.
Promise that Charlie will do the presentation in January.
Yeah. Okay.
So Charlie Hunsicker is director overseeing a lot of the water quality and stormwater issues. He actually has a presentation that he's planning to bring to the board on January 9th. If you saw the meeting yesterday, you saw a lot of great information that was presented by Dr. Tomasco about the health of the bay and a lot of the improvements that have been made. So, you know, as he was saying, we can't rest on our laurels. You know, there's still work to be done, and certainly as the community continues to grow, there'll be additional pressures put on the natural systems. But we've made significant progress as a region in the health of the water bodies throughout the county and even, you know, further south of here as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, from Keep Manatee Beautiful.
So I was just going to add a couple things also. So a couple things from the presentation that I took away as well, because I found it incredibly helpful for many of us. And we've, you know, in land development with Nicole Knapp and her group, we've been looking at policies as well. But one of those is they talked about Sarasota County and the investment that they're making as well. So it's not just Manatee County. This is it's a joint effort, and we really have to make sure that we continue to cultivate and grow those partnerships. But Sarasota Bay Estuary, I think, is where they came from yesterday, and they had wonderful things to say about the investment that we've been making, that we've made for several years. They said we don't cause red tide, but we can help to ensure that it doesn't exacerbate. And so that's where we're really trying to come up with things like our oyster bed, the things that we're doing with our oyster beds. But then even on the other side, I just got into a conversation with Jennifer Hoffman with Keep Manatee Beautiful in the back. And so we're going to have her also join Charlie Hunsicker in January and talk about the amazing things that Keep Manatee Beautiful's been doing, because it doesn't just stop at the water discussion. It's also about picking up trash. And they have broken a huge record, almost doubled the amount of trash that was picked up at their highest record in the past, somewhere around 121,000 pounds. So this is a multifaceted issue. I want to say it's almost like affordable housing. You know, there's not just one solution. There's many solutions in concert that we have to do. And so that's why it's funny, like all of the deputies could probably get up and say something because we each touch it in some way or another. But hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions? I kind of expect a mad rush to the microphone. Must be the holiday season. Y'all ate a few too many of the cookies and brownies that are on the table. You're slow getting up. Any other questions? All right. Well, with that, I have a couple final announcements before I send you on your way to enjoy the rest of a holiday-laden month. Once again, I would like to thank our sponsors of our headliner series, Florida Power and Light, Manatee Memorial Hospital, the Mosaic Company, and the Realtors Association of Sarasota Manatee. Any of you all who may have an interest in sponsoring programming like this in the future, any chamber staff member or board member would be happy to talk with you about it. Special thanks to Charles Clapsettle and the team at METV for being here once again. December is not over from a chamber programming standpoint. This Friday, we will enjoy our largest coffee club networking event of the year, which is our Holiday Coffee Club. It will be hosted by Bayside Community Church in support of our local PACE Center for Girls. So anyone who hasn't yet RSVP'd, where they're like oh, it's over now. Sorry. If you haven't RSVP'd, same time next year. Today is the final day to get in your reservation for next Monday's Pancakes and Politics. This is the opportunity that the Chamber takes every year before the start of the Florida legislative session to invite our Florida representatives and senators who represent Manatee and Sarasota counties to come and address the Chamber's membership. So we will be right here next Monday morning serving pancakes and hearing a little bit about what our elected leaders have in store for their work in Tallahassee for the legislative session that kicks off the second week in January. Today, last day to get your reservation in. So you can let any of us know on your way out if you would like to secure one of those seats. And then finally, one way to kickstart your new year, we announced today that our first education opportunity for you and your team members in 2024 will be a seminar entitled Start Your New Year Off Right with LinkedIn for Business. So any of you who are at all responsible for social media, particularly through LinkedIn for your organization, we will have a 2-hour seminar on January 16th at the Chamber's Bradenton office. We would love to get you guys off on the right foot when it comes to capitalizing on LinkedIn. With that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Happiest of holidays, and thank you so much for your Chamber membership.